What's your story? What's your sign? Good morning. Thanks for staying with us here on Sunrise. Well, education opens doors, and thanks to the N.C.B. Foundation, a whole generation is getting the keys, like Miss Kitty. The N.C.B. Foundation has opened applications for its 2025 scholarships and grants program, and there's serious support up for grabs, from primary book vouchers to full university scholarships. So joining us now with the details, we have the corporate affairs lead at the N.C.B. Jamaica Limited, Belinda Williams, and N.C.B. Foundation scholarship and grant awardee John Ross Crooks. Welcome.
Good morning,
to the
beautiful.
show, Belinda.
Good morning. How are you?
It's so vibrant, so.
Oh my God. I need a scholar.
I tell you.
I love it for me. I love this, Belinda, and I want to say congratulations to NCB for putting on the money where on the mouth there.
Yes.
Many people talk about education, and we talk about, and they oftentimes pontificate about what the use of education and what it can do, but then they do nothing. So I want to big up NCB for doing this to help people actualize their dreams, break generational curses, and definitely make Jamaica and the world a better place. And I'm happy that you're on Sunrise this morning talking about it, because for some reason, some people have scholarships too. I want to keep it a secret. Like they don't really want to forget it. No. You know what I mean? So talk to us about the NCB Foundation and your scholarship program.
Thank you so much, and thank you for having us on to just give this a little bit more breadth as well as a little bit more life, so persons can understand what is available for them. So, graduation is on. A lot of persons are graduating. But what happens after you leave high school? So we understand how the funnel is. So some time ago in 2008, because this is our 17th year, the NCB Foundation would have sought to have looked at scholarship as a catalyst of change in our educational nexus. It came from what happened and the experience our chairman, Michael Leachin, had when he was given an opportunity to go overseas and study. Granted, our scholarships are tenable for the local institutions here in Jamaica.
Which are comparable to any international university, I might add.
So one of the things that we sought to do was that we looked at it and we realized the funnel narrowed. So, primary school coming, basic and primary coming in, a wider funnel, because everybody must have access to that. High school is accessible as well. But after high school, you would have gotten all of your achievements, but because you don't have the money and the resources, it literally dries up. So we want to be able to open that door for many of the students. So in our 17th year, we're looking at about $38.8 million. Wow. And remember, this is tenable for the duration. So we're looking for 14 scholars, one in each parish, and we have national champions who get a little bit more on their purse.
Nice.
And the reason we do that is that we want that student not to worry. So if you can come in, apply, qualify, successfully achieve that scholarship, it's for the duration of your study, 4 or 5 years, up to $700,000. That's it.
Wow, amazing.
John Ross, we came into the segment asking, what's your story? Tell us what your story is.
Okay, so, in all honesty, I didn't want to share the fullness of my story. However, my father passed in 2019, the weekend before school started, right? And so it was a rough start for me. And it was kind of a bit of a struggle over the years to keep up with the schoolwork and stuff, but I was determined that at least in the areas where, I loved, I was going to do my best. I got a top award in CSEC for animation and game design, and I'm pretty sure that might have been the little edge that gave me the qualifications. And I saw the N.C.B. award, and I actually applied very late. I didn't read the entire email either. The application was due about 5 the afternoon, and I ran to the bank to drop off the application. Didn't read the entire thing. It was supposed to be sent by email.
Old school tactics. Drop it off, I'm a general.
Yeah, right. So, that was the progression for me. Did an interview, and they treated us a bit cruel. Right, because they told us that we're going there for another interview, another round of interviews. So everybody who arrived on the day, nervous, wrecked some of us. But it was a lovely experience. It was a lovely experience.
So we
And
take them through the round, as John Ross just said, because what happened is that we get independent assessors, and some of them are even our customers, and some of them are parents, and we know the qualifications and the prerequisite we have for them. And so right across the island, across our branch network, we have students coming in for the assessment. The assessments are standard. And so pretty much what we want them to demonstrate is, yes, the GPA, the volunteerism is a must as well. And then they do an assessment and they write an essay. From that, we would have the face-to-face interview, understanding the stories, because we know the stories are dire. And stories like John Ross are so many. We have seen it over the 16 years that we have been administering this. And so the crux of it is the cream will rise to the top. And so, you know, we select one.
What does it look like? What does a successful candidate look like? A
successful candidate looks like one that enters and one that participates and supports the programs, one that does volunteerism with the N.C.B. Foundation as well as what is required for them at school. It is a well-rounded individual, and that well-rounded...
So, book alone?
No.
I mean, if you don't talk to nobody, you know, serve, you know, just book straight A's?
No. And that well-rounded individual, having a sense also for giving back, should use philanthropy as a tool at their disposal that they look for areas in which they can make improvement. And having done that, a full-sum graduate is one that can also come to N.C.B. and work.
Right.
Because we want to make sure that the talent pool is full.
Why not?
Students like John Ross.
So talk to me now, Belinda. What the scholarship is now open.
It's now open.
When is the closing date?
It closes on the 11th at 12
which is this Friday.
At 12 midnight.
Yes. So we have to, we want to make sure to get the information. I run, go down on N.C.B. Right? Next thing they go by atrium door. Hello. Knock. Right.
The application is online and it's at www.jncb.com/ncbscholarship.com. And so I want to also point out that, as you rightly said, Kadeen, we put our money where our mouth is. So every year we get 1% of the bank's profit to be able to fund the projects that are necessary for the growth and development of our nation. We're happy to be in our 17th year. We're happy to have seen scholars who are now working.
Nice.
And if I was to call some names, you'll be surprised at who some of these persons are. But you know,
I can think of at least one.
Quickly, may I just ask, does one have to be a member of N.C.B. to apply for the scholarship?
No, you don't have to be. The prerequisite, as I say, is to have the GPA, have your qualifications coming in from high school, and then also having a little bit of volunteerism as a part of what you do naturally. And then what we look at and assess also is the income per household. And we look at, you know, what mommy and daddy earns, and look at it in terms of how many other persons are within the household, and then we do that mathematics.
So this is for high school students going to university, and for university students who are in university and need some help.
That is correct.
Very well.
That is correct.
Awesome.
And you know, the grants are for high school and even primary school students, because they too need a little bit of a strength. And so if you need books and you need tools and school equipment, then you know you can also apply for those, because we do have some funds put aside to assist person for the back to school, because we understand the demands that put on the pressure on parents.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, get to writing your essays now. Go to N.C.B.'s website, look at the instructions, and apply now. The closing time is Friday, July 11 at 12 midnight. And you guys, this is money that's out there. N.C.B. is coming to you. They want to give you, so you have to make yourselves accessible in order to access these scholarships. And just like how it happened for John Ross Crooks, okay, it can happen for you too. Belinda, thank you so very much. John Ross, congratulations. And again, to your entire N.C.B. family, N.C.B. Foundation, thank you guys for all you do. Belinda Williams from N.C.B. Corporate Affairs Lead at N.C.B. Jamaica Limited, and John Ross. It's now time to take another break, and then it's over to TK with the morning news.